Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're watching Makoge.com. Today we'll be discussing on electrical installation works that have been done on site. So at this level, we are still on construction, carrying out the first fix and the second fix. So for better understanding, it will be good you go through my different video which I did on electrical construction project management, the different procedures that we use in carry out an electrical project from the start to the finish. That is from the initiation stage, the planning stage, execution stage, monitoring and controlling stage, and right up to the closing stage, and then giving the project to the client once it's completed. Here we'll be discussing on the different steps, the different installation works that we do as far as the first fix and the second fix is concerned for the construction activity. Okay, basically before you start carrying out an electrical or any services in a construction building, what we have to do is we have to follow some prerequisites or some requirements which we need to follow, which is mandatory. So in construction projects, so we have to start with the material submittal. So we get approval from the consultant to make sure that the materials which we have submitted are as per the project specification and the requirement of the project. So we'll get approval for it before we can start delivering these different devices that will be installed on the site. So after the material submittal have been approved, so we move now over to the method statement. So how are we going to carry out this installation work? So the method statement as well, I've done another video for method statement, how to prepare a method statement and the different steps to follow while preparing a method statement. Go through my different videos and you see how to prepare a method statement, which is very important. So after the method statement is being prepared, we submit to the consultant and then get approval. After that is done as well, we now move to material delivery. So we will have to procure these materials, but before procurement of these materials, we have to bring a sample of this material. So we put a sticker on it, get a signature from the consultant to attest that these materials are all okay and as per the project specification, which is also as per what was written in the material submittal. So we can now proceed with procurement of the materials or the lot quantity of the material, bring them to site, and then once this material has been brought to site, we have to carry out an inspection for this material. So we will submit an inspection for this material to the consultant, make sure that it is approved. Once it's approved, then we can now proceed with the installation of these different materials as per the different services which we have to install in the building. This is very important to understand. And before carrying out an electrical installation work, or be it any installation work in a construction building, we have to make sure that we carry out this installation work as per the approved and latest shop drawing, which is very important. And here on site, what we do is we make sure that we take into consideration the shop drawing, which is approved and it's the latest copy. So we take into consideration that, as well as the ID drawing, which is the interior design drawing, which is coordinated with all the different services, which be it mechanical, electrical, and plumbing services, as well as coordination drawing if is required. Coordination drawing which will also incorporate all the mechanical, electrical, and the plumbing services. So once that has been put together, we'll carry out our installation works. So which is very important while we are coordinating all the different services to make sure that our installation work is of quality. So the idea behind all this is to make sure that what we are delivering to the customer or to our client will fit the use of the client, which is quality. So like we say, quality is a fit for use or conformance to requirements. So what we are giving to the customer will be based on what they require or what he requires from us to deliver to them, which is the customer satisfaction, which is understanding what the customer needs, giving it to the customer, and also at the required time, which will be either increasing or reducing the customer satisfaction or the client satisfaction. So in here, I'll give you a view of it. In here, we've carried out electrical installation works, as you can see, which is as per the different services which needs to be installed in this room, in this particular room. So we've done electrical installation works from power system, which is a small power system, we've done fire alarm system, we have BMS system, we've got the lighting system, and then we have the GRMS system, which is the guest room system, the guest room management system. So everything has been done as per the latest shop drawing and the latest approved shop drawing by the consultant. So we are carrying out all this installation works based on the approved and latest shop drawing, as well as the ID drawing or the interior design drawing. So as you can see, we've done the first fix, which is the installation of the PVC conduit as well as the GI conduit, which we've done on the slab or on the soffit. Everything we've done, some are embedded and some are exposed. So you notice above the fall ceiling, all the exposed conduits are going to be GI conduit or the galvanized ions. So the next will be the PVC conduits are going to be embedded in the soffit. It's very important to understand as far as electrical installation works are concerned. So we've done the first fix, which is done, as well as a cable tray, trunkings, everything we've done as well, which are in the shop drawings, which we have to install on site. So we've done all that as well. So the next we've done also for the cable and the wire pulleys. As you can see, this is the fire alarm cable, which is done, which is the FP200. We have the PVC cables also, which are pulled, PVC wires as well, which are pulled, as you can see. And then we have our DB installation, which is done as well. You see right down, we have some PVC conduits, which are also installed and then connected to the trunking, which we move now to our panel board or our distribution board, which is the DB. Everything is done. So the next phase now will be final installation of our various fixtures, which is the light fixtures, data outlets, the socket, the switches, etc. So once we get approval from other services, which is such as the civil architecture, before we can proceed with the final fixture. So the clearance now will entail that they've done already the plastering. For example, you see the plastering is done, and then we are waiting now for the painting and the final paint coat so that we can proceed with our final fixtures, as you can see. So on the ceiling also, the false ceiling also is done, so we are waiting for the final painting so that we can proceed with our final fixtures. Okay, before proceeding with the final fixture, we have to make sure that our RCP or the reflected ceiling plan also is approved and it is latest before we can proceed with our final fixture. So all the marking has been done based on the latest and approved RCP, like you can see. So once we get clearance now from the civil department or from the architectural department, we can now proceed with our final fixtures, as you can see. Then we will raise another inspection to make sure that what we've done is as per the requirement, as per the project specification as well, which is very important. So this is just a quick review on how electrical installation works is being done on site, taking into consideration the first fix, second fix, and the third fix. So once we finish the third fix, now we can move to commissioning of the system. So, but before we proceed with, I left one point, which before we proceed with the installation of the device or the final fix, we have to make sure that we carry out certain testing, which is the dead test at this level. Since the installation is dead, there is no power which is supplied to our panels, as you can see, or our distribution board. So we have to conduct continuity tests as well as installation resistance tests. Get the values. The value should be okay and approved as well by the consultant before we can proceed with the next level, which will be the final fix or the third fix, which is very important. Here also, this is a DB. We've done also the wire pullings. The cable also, as you can see, is pulled, glanded, and termination right above, as you can see. We have all the GI conduits also, which are also connected to the trunking, as you can see, and then terminated also inside the DB board. The panel board also, which is a distribution board, also termination has been done. So balance works now here, as you can see here, will be once the architectural finishing is done, we will now proceed with our labelings. For example, we have our tag, which we need to put on the cable, which is terminated as the incoming cable or the incoming supply to our distribution board. So we will do all that to ensure that we can proceed with the pre-commissioning as well as the testing and commissioning, which is very important. So this is just a quick review, so we get to understand how installation work is being done, or electrical installation work is being done, and the different documents that we have to follow, and how do we raise the different inspections, get approval to the consultant before we proceed with the next level. Thank you very much. Till then, you're watching markoget.com.